This is North Texas Weather Center with your latest 5-minute forecast, as we actually have a lot to get to in this forecast, including the temperatures out there this morning, which actually are pretty nice out there. A little bit above average for this time of the year. A lot of us are running in the low 40s right now, some mid 40s back down to the south where there's a bit more cloud cover. This afternoon by about lunchtime, a lot of us will warm up into the 60s, more like the 50s if you're closer to areas like Waco, Claiborne, and Keelan. Those areas will have a chance for some showers this afternoon. You can see by about 3 o'clock this afternoon, areas along the Red River will be closer to 70 degrees. Areas in DFW more like the mid 60s. Down to the south of I-20 will be anywhere from the low 60s down to the mid 50s, excuse me. So definitely keep that in mind today. And we have that chance for some showers. This has really been a very small story this entire week because obviously this is not really a big event that's going on because of this big winter storm that we're supposed to see very shortly. But you can see that there might be a chance for a couple showers out there today, primarily after lunchtime. So you can see right along I-20 and south of there, you'll have the best shot at maybe some showers passing by. Can't rule out maybe a shower or two closer to areas like Denton County, Collin County, but nothing close to the Red River is expected today. And we should be dry after sunset. So the rush hour, you should be fine. But again, might be a few showers during the early afternoon hours. All right, let's take a look at the future radar. As I said before, maybe a couple showers today, but we'll stay dry tomorrow for most of us. If you're in eastern Texas, can't rule out a passing shower. Eventually by Wednesday, we'll start to see the potential for a winter storm. And as I've said before, ice and snow seem to be the biggest threats out of this, depending on where you are. And I'll show you in a second a graphic that'll give you a better idea. By lunchtime on Wednesday, we'll primarily start with rain all across North Texas. That is basically a given at this point. We will see rain. It's just where we'll see it and how much we'll see is still a bit of a question. But you can see by about 3 o'clock, we start to see some freezing rain develop across areas like Wichita Falls, eventually translating into more of a mix of rain, sleet, and snow across areas, again, like Wichita Falls. This area of freezing rain starts to drop further to the south, and as it happens, we will likely start to see this arrive just after the rush hour commute Wednesday. So basically after sunset, sometime around 9 o'clock, it looks like, good estimate probably, that we'll start to see some potential for some freezing rain here in North Texas, in addition to maybe some snow as well far back off to the northwest. 12 and 3 in the morning, this starts to fill in across a lot of North Texas, if not potentially almost all of it. Again, that purple area is showing more of a sleet, snow, and rain mix. Well back off to the northwest, that blue shading will represent your heavier snow, and eventually by about 9, 12 o'clock going to Thursday, we'll start to see a lot of this start to clear out. Lighter accumulations are going to be anticipated during the later portions of the morning Thursday, so not as much concern there, but again, it's going to be in the 20s for highs all day on Thursday, so if there's any ice, any snow, it's not going to melt, so definitely avoid traveling on Thursday if this event does happen. Obviously, there's still a few questions on how much we'll see, but if we do see any ice, I really recommend not going to work that day because it's definitely going to be pretty risky. All right, let's take a look at the overall accumulations and whatnot, or my forecast. So I don't really have any accumulation forecast yet, but I can give you a general idea of what to expect and how much you might be able to see. So here's the general forecast. As I said, primarily snow in northwestern North Texas. It might start out as a freezing rain, but it looks like primarily snow off that way. Here in DFW, all of us should be starting out with rain and then transitioning into freezing rain or sleet or snow. It's kind of a bit of a question still. We'll likely see ice, though. That seems like the best chance. Way back up to the east, closer to areas in eastern Texas, might see some rain. All right, and here's the snow accumulation potential. So the possible region for me is showing something around an inch, maybe 2 inches, and possibly even less than that depending on where you are. That's the possible range. However, there's not a certain amount of accumulation I'm putting on this yet because it is still a few days out. We still have some time for things to change. Significant snow accumulations could be possible northwest of Bowie, so this would include Wichita Falls and Seymour as well, and those areas could see upwards of 3 to 6 inches, potentially more. It's still, again, too early, though, to kind of give a specific estimate on that. Now, ice accumulation, obviously, this is another big one. We very well could see significant ice accumulation across northern DFW, which would include areas like Denton County, Collin, and it's also going to be possible across almost all of North Texas. So this will be something to watch out for as well. Ice accumulations, potentially 1/10 of an inch in the significant area, and maybe just a little bit, maybe like 1/100th of an inch or something like that in the possible area. That's basically what we're kind of estimating at least, though. That's the at least 1/10 of an inch, at least 100th of an inch. So just something to keep in mind. And here's the overall snow accumulation that GFS model is showing. So as I kind of said before, 3 to 6 inches could be in the significant area. Closer to DFW, lesser totals. This very well could just be an ice storm for us, so just something to keep in mind. Excuse me. And here's the ice accumulation that could be possible. Again, it's very pixelated. It's not completely certain at this point, but this is just another general idea of what we could very well see. All right, temperatures Friday morning. This is almost, it is guaranteed at this point. You can very well see that we could see temperatures well below 15, 20 degrees. I mean, it's going to be very chilly. Have a winter jacket in hand, bundle up, single digits possible off to the northwest, so very well keep that in mind. Wind chills will be below zero for almost all of North Texas, so again, make sure you have a winter jacket handy going into Friday. Here's your latest 7-day forecast and temperatures over the next couple of days. Enjoy them while they last, because they will not return at least up until next week. We'll eventually drop off into the 20s for highs on Thursday. Lows expected to be in the single digits and lower teens. Friday will start to warm back up again, maybe just barely getting above freezing Friday afternoon, eventually going below freezing again Friday night into Saturday morning, and then you can see eventually we will start to get back closer to normal by next Sunday. This forecast is brought to you by All Debts Repair, Platinum Contracting, and THD Vehicle Doorstep. Buy one in the description below.